I think it's unfortunate, bro. I do. I think Dolph was one of my favorites. Um, he was one of my favorites as far as I love this stuff. I love Dumb and Dumber. I like Paper Route Empire, that whole thing. I like Key Glock. I think that all of that is dope. I just think he should have stayed away from Memphis 100%, bro. And it's unfortunate that, you know, his lost his life. And I think, the warring, once you start to get money, you're supposed to start being a little bit more amicable. The war is supposed to be in business. It's not supposed to be on the streets no more. But we haven't learned how to transition away from the dumb shit. So I think it's unfortunate. It's messed up, bro.
Yeah.
Got a
No, I
young
agree.
20-something-year-old dude gonna be spending the rest of his life in prison. That shit is wild, bro.
I agree. I think it's I think it's like with the court cases and people actually being able to see it, I think we actually start to see how the rap and the violence mix together, man. It's sad, man. I ain't gonna lie. I think as a culture, we should damn near boycott all CMG artists for a little bit. I don't know.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with CMG. It got everything to do with the stuff that we love. Like,
No, I like Glorilla.
just
Nah, you. As a culture, I think we just got to cut it out. Gorilla too. It's a casualty. I think we
I
can't
like
celebrate it.
barking up
Glorilla.
the wrong tree.
I think we can't celebrate none of it.
Listen, if you say cut out Glorilla, Quentin is gonna have your neck.
I like
That's
Glorilla.
cool.
7 Fred.
But see that's the problem on why it's gonna continue because somebody gonna be like, oh no, she cute, I want to keep her around, or no, that's the homie, or I'm scared of him, I don't want to fight him, so I'm not gonna say nah, man. We need to forget all that, man. I
Not
like some
Glorilla.
CMG artists too. I mean, hey, that's her label fault. If Gotti's brother, first of all, Gotti didn't even find her. Is Gotti's brother Jook is the one that put up the money for Young Dolph.
We all listen. We all know that the beef is beefing, but everybody that is beefing with. Only reason
I mean,
motherfuckers is starting to feel some type of way is because they now see the footage and motherfuckers is going to jail.
well,
But
see,
this
the
ain't
thing is,
nothing new.
motherfuckers already knew. People already knew, but it's different when the streets is talking, and then you actually got the fact and you got the numbers. Of course, they already knew they it's a war down there. But when you got a number, an actual number, and a name that say this person, the the other 50% of the label actually finding the artist and putting it up, it'd be different if he was probably just sitting back not doing nothing. But he really hands on with these artists. Them really his artists. Gotti was just the face. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think if we condone it, it's just gonna keep going on, man. It's fucked up that happened to Dolph. Dolph wasn't.
Ain't nobody stopping nothing.
You right. I just feel like it had to be said. I
Ain't
think as a
nobody
culture,
stopping
we gotta
nothing.
we
But I
gotta
mean, but
boycott them.
okay, so all right, so let me look at it from that other side then, right? The war wasn't probably just one way. We saying that because we loved Dolph, because we loved his music and we loved what he represented and shit. But is it only one way?
Well, and at
Because
first,
because
see,
is
at first it
Dolph
was
is
at
his
first it
Dolph
was just
complicit
music.
also? Is
At first
Dolph
it was
complicit?
at first it was just music. At first it was just music. They wasn't
How do we know that?
nobody Dolph nobody on Dolph's side was how can I put this, was sending actual threats. You know what I'm saying? Like,
How do we
was
know?
sending actual violence.
How do we
I mean,
know?
because the streets talk, man.
No,
The
because
street
Jook got killed.
and
Okay,
they
so
said
who killed
and they
Jook?
said it in court.
Who
And they
killed Jook?
but that's what I'm saying. The killing of Dolph started the actual violence. You know what
No,
I'm
bro.
saying?
No, bro.
Jook was they said it in the court case because you got like me. I watch most of it or what I can of it, and basically, long story short, Jook was like, it's not like they was sending shots or people was coming shooting at CMG and nothing like that. He was like, I just want one of them dead. Bring me, kill one of them. It don't even gotta be Dolph. And it just by chance they ran into Dolph. They seen him in traffic because his car was just noticeable. It wasn't like niggas is just actively shooting at them. Like, no, it wasn't that kind of
Nah,
party.
that war had been going on for a long time because I remember when Dolph's whole van got shot, his bulletproof van got shot up, and then the nigga made a whole album after it.
Facts.
This shit
Facts.
been
But that's
happening way
but that's
before
still
that.
but that's still violence coming from CMG side.
No, bro. It's been look, bro. A war can't ain't one sided.
You right.
Just
No, you
because
right
they
about
just
that.
because he wasn't just because listen, dead man tell no tales. So you can't hear it from that other side.
I mean, that's easy for somebody to say, but you can. You right. Nobody really knows the ins and outs. I could give you that,
Yeah.
but that's
It's
easy
it
for
was a
some. No,
war.
that's
It's
easy
a
for
straight up
somebody to
war.
say. That's easy for somebody to say, but it wasn't. From what I see and from what I know, it wasn't that way. And I got people in Memphis. It
And
wasn't. It
there's
wasn't
people in the
like
chat
that.
that said that they got people in Memphis and that paper route was whack and shit too.
They whacking shit
We
now.
no. Listen, people love Dolph, so they picking
They whacking shit
sides.
now.
But
They
objectively, the shit was toxic on both sides.
they
I don't
whack.
see
They
nobody
whacking shit
saying that they're
now.
gonna boycott Key Glock or boycott Paper Route Empire.
For what?
Exactly. That's my point. Is that you bias because you like
No,
Dolph.
to be honest, not really. I fucked with Dolph, but like I was not like no old big Dolph
Listen,
fan. It's
but
just
bro, if you gonna boycott it, then
nah.
you got to boycott all of the shit. You can't pick and choose just
You're right.
because
You're
just
right.
because somebody got convicted.
Now I think that we should boycott all. If a nigga is an active killer, bro, rapping, and we know that, I don't think we should be. And he's rapping about killing in his music. I don't think as a culture we should be supporting none of it. You're right.
So okay. So let me ask. So all right, that mean that we gonna
That's
cut
a
out
that's a
all.
fact.
Wait. Because we it ain't just killing. It's all toxic behavior. It's drugs. It's talking shit. It's anything that's toxic in general, right? So we just gonna kill the whole genre. We gonna kill rap, right?
No, we ain't got to kill the whole genre. No, we just
So
stop
what
talking about the
y'all only
stop
gonna
talking about the
y'all only
bullshit.
gonna listen to J. Cole and Kendrick?
Man, look, people can listen to what they want to listen to. I just think the
If you gonna stop it,
glorification,
you gotta stop it across the board, right?
the glorification of it is,
That's
and
the
this is the
whole
thing
thing
we
about
we
him.
talk
That's what
we
rap
talk we
is.
talk. No, it's not, man.
Yes, it
You're playing devil's
is.
advocate. You're playing devil's advocate right now. That's cool
I'm
and all, but
not. The
that's
whole
not.
listen, the
That's
whole
not.
genre.
Niggas could rap without talking about killing. You could rap without talking about killing somebody, bro. That's not like
Name
that's
one
not the
rapper that you listen to that don't talk about doing something like that.
that's not that's not really the point. But
That's the
shit, Drake.
exact point. Name one
I
that
said
you.
you can rap. I said you can rap. I didn't say I listen to rappers who don't talk about it. But Drake, shit, and Drake still low key probably slide in little hints here
Drake
and
talk
there.
about offing niggas low key in his stuff too. What you talking about?
That's what I just said. Drake still slide it in there
So
here and
you
there.
gonna
Pause.
cancel the whole culture is what I'm asking. Because we
Do I
picking and
think?
choosing just because we got
No, see, no,
visibility
no, but
into
see,
the
no,
actual.
see the thing, see the thing is, I take shit off. I could draw a line between like entertainment and the motherfucker saying, oh, some shit like, oh, uh, my God, like some how Drake say some underhanded, like something that's cool and all, but when a nigga actively saying, I'm nigga slid on this person or this nigga's dead and they're at the graveyard with shovels or pouring liquor on the grave sites or peeing on grave sites, bro. As a culture, we can't stand behind that. You know what I'm saying? Or saying this nigga slide on that slide. As a culture, we can't stand behind that. We can't cape for it either. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're right.
I
Most
just
music
don't
talk
know
about
how we
killing.
can pick and choose and say, okay, so this one just did it subliminally, and this person did it overtly. So we only
Yeah,
gonna
because nobody knows. Because then it leaves it up for interpretation. Nobody knows what you're talking about. It's still an art. It's still a form of art at that point when you're talking
no.
about.
It's talking about killing somebody, and just because you do it slickly, because you put it in a metaphor or a simile, don't make it any less impactful. Because niggas know what you're talking about.
Well, that can be argued upon too, but that's doesn't that's not as big of an issue to me than the glorification of actual murder, bro. Like that's
That's
all I'm
what
getting at.
rapping about sliding on a nigga is.
And I just said we shouldn't.
That's what
Uh,
battle rap is. Niggas talk about sliding on each other. That's what all of that shit is. The whole culture is infested and infected with it. So if you're gonna
you're
cancel
right.
it, then you got to
You're
cancel it
right.
across the board. You can't just boycott one thing.
I think we gotta start somewhere, bro. We gotta start
See,
somewhere.
you don't want to give it all up because you love it.
No, it ain't that. I'm just talking about realistic. I'm not
Do you
against
rap?
it. You know
Do
what I'm
you
saying?
rap? Do you rap?
Yeah, I do.
Do you rap about sliding on a nigga?
I have. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that doesn't matter,
I rest
bro.
my
Like
case.
that, bro. Just because I may partake in some bullshit that happens in society doesn't mean that I'm
How you gonna say
justifying.
you wanna cancel a nigga for shit that you do? You do it.
Well, that's besides the point, though, bro. You
It's
can't.
not
That doesn't
besides the
matter. You keep
point.
saying
How,
I
no,
do
no,
it.
no, no, no. How
I'm
you
not
gonna
perpetuating.
how you gonna take a stand against some shit
Listen.
that you perpetuate? You doing the shit.
I'm about
That's
to.
called
No,
being
I
a
don't
hypocrite.
perpetuate it. That's totally different. That's totally different. Rapping about it
How?
and saying it slickly. I'm not saying, oh, what was we just talking about? I'm not saying, oh, I'm sliding on this, da 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 da, or this nigga died, rah, 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 and I'm not dropping no names. I'm not putting niggas in videos. It's different. I might say some little shit here and there, but that's totally different than the glorification of murder, bro.
That's
Like
what you
that's
doing.
it.
You're
No, it's
selling.
not.
What
It's
you
not.
just
It's
am I
not.
off? Okay, objectively speaking, because we've been going back and forth. So for everybody else that's observing this, for Quentin, Mika, honest to God, and don't rock with me at all. If I'm wrong, I know that y'all will say that I'm wrong. Am I
No, they
wrong?
not,
Am
bro.
I off? Or is what do
They're
y'all
not
think
gonna
about
say
this
you wrong.
conversation?
No, I agree with I do agree with the last part. With the rapping because I had to come to that conclusion as well because I don't like all the coochie rap. But if I'm gonna
You don't like
write
all
it
the
for
what rap?
people, coochie. I don't want to say the other word. But
Oh.
if I'm gonna write it for people to do it, I can't say I don't want to hear it because I'm adding to it. So
Quentin, what are your thoughts on this?
I second that.
So you agree with Mika?
Mm-hmm.
So okay, Coel, where am I off at? If you do it, how can you advocate for banning against it if you partake in it?
Uh, I mean, I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that. I'm not saying that I disagree with that point. I'm saying that that doesn't negate my point. Of course, if a motherfucker that's rapping about sliding on people can't get on here and be like, oh, I don't like when people rap about sliding on people. No, what I'm saying is it's just not good for culture, and I'm not doing it in all of my music, and I'm not doing it saying like, oh, I'm gonna kill
But
people or I'm trying to kill
why do
people.
you do it? But
And
then
that
you
wasn't
say,
even and that wasn't even my specific point of boycotting CMG because it's not their artistic content that I'm trying to boycott. They took a leader. As a whole, they took a
that's
leader from
partaking in the
society.
lifestyle that he rapping about.
Uh, I don't know that to be true, man. To be honest, I don't know that
can
to be
I ask
true.
this question? Can I ask this
I don't
question?
I don't know that to be true.
Can I ask this? In as music as a whole, it's an art, right? But why is rap the only genre that is taken? The lyrics are taken literally.
Exactly, and that's what I mean. Like it shouldn't all be taken literally. I'm talking about you can literally draw a line and say, "Oh, this guy is talking about he's killing this person."
Right, but
That's that's
what
that's what I'm talking
I'm
about.
asking is why is that right? Because like I just said, I write songs for other artists, other females to say this, that, and the third, and I don't do any of that, right?
I
So,
think
but
it's the
why
it's the
in rap
culture. Cause
is
most
that,
niggas
huh?
stand on I rap on about my life and shit. Like that's what they all like back and that's what they say. Nigga, I go through
Yeah,
this shit. I rap about what I go through. That's why it's taken
hip
literal.
But I'm
hip
saying,
hip
why is
hip
rap
hop
the
is
only? I just
because
always want to
because
know
hip
that.
hop
Why?
hip hop is based on authenticity. That's what it's always been
Okay,
based on. You know
No,
what
it's
I'm
not.
saying?
okay,
It's
So
based off of ego.
yes, it is. Well, I mean,
okay,
It's all based
authenticity,
off
okay.
of
ego.
ego.
You know.
But is the ego supposed to be what you're literally doing? Because you know how like you can write a
It's not.
song and you can not be heartbroken and still sing a heartbreak song. So
Yeah, but
why
it's
is
still
rap taken at the literal sense?
because, like I said, hip hop has just always been based off authenticity, no matter what
No, it
nobody say.
hasn't. It's been based off of ego. Hip hop was started and founded off of competitive nature, which basically begets ego.
I mean,
It's who
that's
could
cool.
DJ better,
That's
who
one
could battle
aspect.
better, who could have better battle rhymes, who could rock the crowd better. It's all about ego and competition. That's exactly what it is.
Okay, yeah,
So
that's one aspect for sure. Competition and yeah, competition is definitely one aspect of it. But authenticity is another aspect of hip hop. You know what I'm
No, it
saying? When you
hasn't. It
talking
ain't
about
never been
when you talking
based
about
off of
actual when you talking
authenticity.
about real hip hop, when you talking about real hip hop, yes, it has, bro. We come on,
No,
bro.
it
Like
hasn't. Because every nigga that's
you're wrong.
authentic with what it is, what they
You're
rhymes
wrong, bro.
is 98%, 98 to 99% of them end up in jail. The ones that's the real killers and the real dealers, those are the ones that ultimately end up dead or in jail.
I mean, yeah, you're
Like,
right. But
like, like Dolph. Like Dolph.
I'm not talking about nowadays. I'm talking about real hip hop, bro. 70s and 80s, bro. I'm talking about authenticity. That just it just that's just been hip hop. So that's why people expect it to you to be really doing what you're talking
because
about.
like when you know how like when people say okay the rap music is adding to the culture, right? But I've personally never heard a song and it made me want to go do something. So that's why I'm like, why is rap taken so literally? That's why I
Shit,
was
I hear songs
Because
and I be losing I be that shit get me hyped, nigga. I be like,
yeah, it does. It's because they
that shit
figured
got a
out
spirit in
that
it.
yeah, they figured out that when you
well,
look up to idols,
music does because it's at certain hertz in music in general. They teach you this in classical music. It does have it has a lot of frequencies,
but it's
uh,
bigger than that. It's bigger than just
but
the frequencies. They're it's the idols. They realize that as people, as human beings, the people that you see on the television is going to be the people that you look up to. And once they realized that in the 80s, early 90s, they said, "Oh wow, we could just turn these people into degenerates just by giving them this image to look up to." Because I was actually stuck in between like two options. Like maybe they just knew it all along. Like, okay, we're just gonna steer these people in this direction, or did it just happen by chance? They're just doing regular television programming, and did it just happen like over time? They just said, "Oh damn, we show these people doctors on TV. People want to be doctors. We showing people going to college. They want to go to college. Let's see
I understand the
if we put a
psychology you're
whole
talking
bunch of
about.
if we if
I'm
we
just
put
trying to
a
figure
whole
out
bunch of
why
degenerates
is
on
it
TV."
taken so literal.
Because it's the most influential way by which we consume anything. It's the thing that controls us. Nothing is more impactful and influential than the thing that you take in. That's why they say the power of life and death is in the tongue.
I mean, I agree. You can speak certain things into existence. I agree. I
Now
just
put a melody to it and make people chant it and watch how they reprogram themselves to think a certain way and to dress a certain way and to operate around people a certain way.
right because it's now a mantra which becomes a habit and such and such. But I'm just saying why is it like again you can sing sad songs all day and
And you're gonna be sad
it's
as
going
fuck.
Yeah.
but that's to see I guess it
Even if you
depends
write in
who's
a song,
susceptible to it.
as writers, our brain works different. Because even if you're writing a song, you may not be
Hmm.
sad now, but you're still pulling from times that you have been sad
Let me tell you
to
something. Let
you
me
know
tell you
to
something.
put it in there.
I turned on Future's new album last weekend because he had dropped an album called Mixtape Pluto, right?
Hmm.
I pulled it up and I threw it on, and I had to turn that shit off. I genuinely had to turn that shit off. And I remember vividly the song, the song name, because I was riding in the car and I was, I try to get a whole feel for an album. I listening to it in the car because the surround sounds and the music, it hit a certain way. And the song, I think it was called "Little Demon." That shit just started rubbing my spirit the wrong way, and I was like, I just cut that shit off. I'm like, man, I can't listen to this. This shit was called "Little Demon." I remember, and it's funny we having this conversation because I remember it, and I was like, man, I can't, I don't want to hear this shit. I don't want to listen to this.
Yeah, yeah.
That junk is wrong.
Um,
That junk is off. That shit is the frequencies,
yeah.
every shit, all of that junk. It rubbed my soul the wrong way. I turned it off.
Yeah, that's what Doja Cat did. And I love Doja Cat, but her the frequency on her last album is just off. Yeah. So I can agree there. I just always want to know that. That's why I was asking. Because I always see people talk about that, and I'm just like, anybody, like, if you listen to country or anything else, nobody says, yeah, I take Billy Ray at his word when he says this, but you take Tupac at his word, or you take whatever rapper at their word that they're
But
doing all that
rappers,
stuff.
that's because but rappers, most rappers always say that they rap about their life, just like Quentin said. Like
No, they
you
don't.
always like
They be lying
that's
to
what they,
most
but
of.
that's
But
what they
that's what they
say though,
say.
bro.
Whether
But
they
that's what
lying or
they
No,
not,
say.
they
they
say it.
don't.
So
No, they
yes,
don't,
they
bro.
do, bro. Yes, they
Listen,
do, bro.
bro.
You don't. I've never
Future
heard no rap.
himself, Future
The
himself
only
said,
rapper.
"Listen, I don't even fucking do the drugs that I be talking about in my music."
That's a
That's
new
not what he
nigga.
said.
I'm talking about
That's
where it
not what he
started
said,
from.
bro. That's not what he said. Future's quote was he said that I don't do drugs like that. Not as much as I be talking about it. But of course, nigga, if you do he got 20 songs on the album, he's talking about drugs and art. Like that because as doing songs,
Are
that's
you
a
listening
moment
to
in time.
yourself?
I'm saying as doing a song, bro, that's a moment in time, bro. Like that's not your
We
whole
talking
life.
about authenticity. You moving the
I get what you're
goalposts.
saying. Not at all. I'm not moving the goalpost at all. I'm not moving the goalpost at all.
So if he don't do the shit that he do, but we talking about music is about authenticity. Why? How is that not moving the goalposts?
Bro, I'm saying that any rapper that has came out and said I'm not living my raps, they haven't lasted long. The first person I seen do that was what was that like white Jesus? I forgot. The white
What do you
Jesus
mean? We
rapper from
got Rick
Chicago. I forgot.
Ross is one of the biggest rappers out today.
Man, he's never came out and said this is what I'm
You
saying,
don't
bro.
have to. His whole name is took.
But it doesn't matter.
There
It's
was
not took
pictures of him
because
as a correctional officer.
it's about perception, my nigga.
Ain't
It's
nobody
about
perceiving him to
you
be
want
no
to you want
drug
to argue.
lord.
You want to. It's not about that. It's really not about perceiving to be a
It's
drug
about
lord.
authenticity. It doesn't
It's
matter
about
what he
knowing facts,
says.
bro.
It's
It's
about
about
whether or
knowing
not we
facts.
know if it's true or not. The reason why we
Nobody
rock with
knows
50,
facts. People don't care. People don't care. If you don't know facts, you don't care. Like
it's
nigga,
a
now he came
fact.
out and explained it, bro. It doesn't matter, bro. It's not like he came
See,
out
you
and
just
said
arguing just to argue,
it's not
bro.
like he came out and said my whole life is a lie. No,
You
that's
you
you, bro.
arguing you arguing just to argue. This shit is it don't even make sense,
You're
man. Like,
not
cause
at all, bro. You're
clear,
you're arguing a
yes,
point
yes at all,
that
yes
don't
at all.
matter.
His whole name, his whole persona, his whole story, everything is lifted. The pictures was right out there of him as a correctional officer doing this. What the fuck we talking about, bro?
But he's never came out and said
It doesn't
I've never
matter if he
sold
came out
drugs.
and said it. The argument is about authenticity. If you're not authentic, regardless of whether or not you said it, it's of whether or not you believable or not.
Bro,
Nobody believes this nigga. Nobody believes this nigga.
And niggas in Miami know Ross is plugged in, bro. Like come on now.
Of
He
course
was
he
literally
plugged in because the nigga
he
now
was
a
the
big
CO.
rapper.
Bro, the
Nigga just
nigga
okay.
was
Listen, listen,
no,
listen, listen, listen,
he was plugged in
listen, listen,
before that,
listen,
bro.
bro. Listen.
He was
I
plugged in
don't
before
listen.
that, bro.
Everybody that's from the hood is plugged in, dog. And if you get some level of visibility as a result of being successful, you're gonna be even more plugged in because niggas is gonna ride your wave and they're gonna want to be associated with you. You being plugged in don't mean shit. That don't mean shit. That just mean that niggas is riding your wave and niggas want to be associated with you because everybody want to have clout. But being authentic and being plugged in don't mean shit, bro. We all from the hood. We all plugged in. Everybody want to be associated where we from with who it is that we are. Now that we getting some more visibility, but the conversation is authenticity. If a nigga don't believe you, and we know that you lying, but we still fuck with you, then how can you make the argument that rap is about authenticity when the reality is that we know that we know most of these niggas is wearing fake jewelry. We know these niggas don't come from where they say they come from. We know that they ain't no drug lords. We know that they ain't put in no work, and we know they ain't no shooters.
All right, bro. See, you
The
done?
fuck we talking
The thing,
about?
the thing is, bro, like it's about perception, bro. Rick Ross, nobody is gonna come out and say, as long as you never come out and say for sure, my life is a whole fucking lie, then you could ride the wave, bro, and market your way out of some bullshit, bro. Like none of that matters. I'm talking about face on saying my life, my raps, all of that is a lie. You're not gonna thrive as a hip hop artist if people don't believe you, bro. That's all. You got to be believable.
Gotcha.
Name like
And
that's it.
Ross is believable.
I think that's. I think that.
Wait, wait,
I
wait,
think
wait.
that.
Hold on, Mika. And Ross is believable.
Say that again.
Is Rick Ross believable?
As far as what, bro?
Y'all got it.
No, no, don't back out. As far as what?
Y'all got it. You won. I concede. I concede.
I don't like winning. Don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
concede.
See, that's how. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I concede.
No.
Don't concede, man. Unless you really concede.
I concede. You won.
I don't like the easy one. I don't like the easy one. When we be like, oh, you win. I don't like that.
No, no, no. I concede. I give up. You won.
I'm just saying, bro. Like my first point and my only point for real is like niggas like
Take that, take
Nipsey,
that, take
Dolph,
that.
niggas like Nipsey and Dolph. You know,
I'll be real. I didn't know who Nipsey or Dolph was until they died, and then I was like, "Who's these niggas that got shot?"
I feel you. It be like that. It be like that. It do be like that.
Y'all.
I,
But you know,
I knew Young Dolph. I didn't know. I didn't know who Nipsey was.